You played with some of the greatest attacking players ever, Zico, Maradona, but now I think the game is moving. It's different. There's almost an obsession with these moves to beat players, different stuff. We see Ronaldinho, Zidane doing something. Are they better players, or are they just more?
I don't think they're necessarily better players, but I think certainly because just the way the game's played now, it's a lot quicker. Probably defenders are a lot quicker, so you've got to have something extra to beat defenders. And what happened is, like Zidane, the players you've mentioned, they've all got total control of the ball. That's the first thing you must have.
Right.
You must have total control of the ball.
Yes.
Because if the defender at any stage sees that you've not got total control, then it just helps him out a lot. I mean, if you look at Zidane, for example, he's got it on a string.
Yeah.
And he's got the ball in an absolute string.
Yeah.
So again, it's so difficult for the defender to go. The first thing that you're conscious of, you've got to go really, really tight.
Yeah.
But if you go tight to Zidane, then he can move it so quickly, and again, as I say, with total control of the ball. And what happens is, it's all right having tricks, but the tricks will never ever work unless one, they're perfected, right, and two, again, you have total control of what you're doing.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen players that you might think on the training pitch, like you say, well, that's good, that's a great trick,
But the game's different.
And also you've got to have the confidence in your own ability. These guys, every guy you mentioned there, has got massive confidence in what they're doing. So you've got control of the ball, you've perfected the trick, plus you've got the confidence.
Would you like to have, like, if you're playing today, how would you play against them guys? If you had a Zidane, a Ronaldinho to play against,
I would delegate. I would say to Mark Lawson, you pick him up, and I'll sweep behind you. I would sweep. Well, the thing is, I played against Maradona when he was 18, and he was just light years in front of everybody. And I think
really?
Oh yeah, I think
at 18.
At 18, he was so good. It was just untrue. I think he proved in the World Cup in '86 that he was absolutely unique. What you've always had in the great teams is individuals that can give you something extra.
Yes.
This is what you need, because in the final third of the pitch, especially, if you haven't got the individuals that can give you something extra, then you really haven't got a lot. I mean, because goals win you matches, and the people that can set you up to make the goals are worth their weight in gold. That's why you'll pay £40 million for a striker, and you'll only pay £5 million for a goalkeeper. And as I say, if you've got the guys that can give you something extra with the tricks and the pace and the confidence, then what that does, it gives everybody else in the team massive confidence as well. Because if you've got a Dalglish on your side or a JJ Okocha on your side that can give you something extra, then if you're playing centre back, you always look and think, well wait a minute, hey, if we get a bit of trouble here, if we get up against it, this guy is going to give us that little bit extra final third of the pitch.
You've answered my question, because I was about to ask you, when you played in that fantastic Liverpool side, who was the one that gave you that bit extra there?
Dalglish was unbelievable. Really? Oh, absolutely frightening. And he wouldn't have probably the same sort of tricks as JJ, but again, it's the ability on the ball, the first touch, which is always king.
Yes. The
confidence, that left foot, right foot, the ability to spot something quickly, because that's another factor. It's all right having the tricks, but you've got to have the vision and awareness to spot. I mean, I watched a coach play at Anfield, and he picks one up in sort of the left back position, and you think, well, will he beat something? And he takes in his right foot and he pings it 50 yards to widen the right, and the thing is, it goes straight to feet.
Yes.
Now again, there's nothing more frustrating in this world than somebody that's got tricks, right, and goes on the pitch, but there's nothing with them. If you go on the pitch, you've got the tricks, and you do nothing else, then you're not a lot. Whereas a coach has got the tricks, beats the defenders, but he also can pick up and play it. And the other thing, he's available for passes, because that's another thing you've got to have. If you're a centre back in possession, then the beauty of being on a great side is you've got options. Now, if you've got 5 or 6 to pass it to, JJ is always looking for it. He's always looking for it. He's always wanting it. He's always confident. And again, I mean, it must be great to be
enjoy watching him.
It must be great being in a Bolton side. You're playing for Bolton, who are one of the lesser sides in the Premiership, and you've got great for the players. But what about the supporters? To turn up here on a Saturday and watch a coach for Bolton. They must think they haven't been born. And as I say, on television, he's fantastic. He's like, you'll turn on the television to watch him play.
Yes. In the Premier League, other players you enjoy watching?
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry is just unbelievably good.
For pace
Well, everything. Pace, the control. It's great watching Arsenal. Steven Gerrard at Liverpool.
I like Gerrard.
Oh, just phenomenal.
The other day in the
just
class.
everything. I mean, he's like a Keane Souness with pace.
Yeah.
I mean, just phenomenal. But again,
he galloped the other day in that game.
But again, the people that what you're looking for in a football match is somebody that can pick the ball up, and you think, especially when it's come towards them. That's the other thing about the great players. The difference between your average English player and the Brazilians is that when it's come towards them, they're hoping to control it.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas it just comes naturally. Like you watch a Kocha, when the ball's coming towards them, nobody's thinking, well, even if it's coming at a great pace, nobody's thinking, is this guy going to control it?
Yeah.
And most of all, he's not even thinking about it. He's just thinking, well, it's going to come to my feet, and I'm going to be in possession.
Yeah.
And whereas if you've got that minute of doubt or a second of doubt, and you're hesitant about the ball coming towards you, then 9 times out of 10 it's going to come off you.
Yeah.
Again, people that can hit them for 25 yards. I mean, the thing about a coach is he's not scored a goal in the Premiership, but when I tell you what, even though he's not scored a goal, when he picks up 25 yards from goal, you think he's going to score.
Yeah, so you're frightened.
Yeah. So but the thing again, left foot, right foot.
Yeah.
That's the other most. You find that at the highest level, unless you've got one that's unbelievable. Unless you've got a foot that's exceptional. I mean, Maradona, you could say, didn't have a great right foot.
Yeah.
But the highest level, if you've got somebody that's got 2 great feet, you go back to a player that played in the English Premiership, Ginola. Watch him play. No, he wasn't the best player in the world, but you tell me which was his better foot, left or right.
No
Can't
idea.
tell.
We've got one here, one of the kids, Jason.
Well, I mean,
I've coached him for years.
Yeah.
I said to him yesterday, hit that with your best foot, and he hit with his left. I said, you're not left-footed. He said, I am. And that's a good thing, huh?
Oh, well, it's the best thing you can have, because as a defender, if I'm going to, you say you've got 2 great feet, I'm going tight towards you. If you've bad in your left, I can go like that and put you in your left. If you've bad in your right, I can go like that, put you in your right. But if you've got 2 good ones, I don't know where you're going to go, right? So you can, you can't channel your way.
Did you ever, if you were playing against a particularly good attacking player, study him or look at him, or you just play the game?
It was difficult. When you're playing against great players, the other factor, of course, is the movement. I mean, when I played in the European Cup against a guy called Rummenigge from Bayern Munich, the German player, I mean, he taught me 2 or 3 great things about movement. And in as much as I never played against anybody that could move across your body at the same time as the ball was coming.
Really?
I think he had it done to a fine art. And I mean, I was probably about 26 at the time. I was right at my peak, and I was quick. And I was fortunate that to be fair, I was a bit quicker than he was, because time and time again, especially at Anfield, when the ball was played on the right hand side, he would come across me right at the split second when it was played. So I'd be chasing him. I would never be in front of him, because I mean, that was my forte. My forte was reading it coming and getting a position where, I could get to the ball first. I'm playing against this guy, and he just kept Simons, and I couldn't even read him coming across. No, couldn't get him. He kept on coming across my body, and of course that's a big part of the game. Again, when you talk on the television about the pace, the control, the movement, the touch, the technique, there's so many facets to the game. People think that, it's a football. You practice, and if you can hit it for 25 yards, then if you do a couple of tricks, you're a complete player. But there's more to that. There's everything. As I say, pace is great. Pace and movement is great. Pace, movement, and control. You get up against those 3, then as a defender, you've got major problems.
If you look at the game today, who would remind you of yourself?
I don't think there's really anybody. And as much as that, when I was a centre back that couldn't defend, I wasn't.
Think?
Well, my great assets were on the ball.
Yeah.
My ability to read it and ability to get in position. I was, even though I was 6'2", I wasn't great in there. And when it came to tackling, somebody said I couldn't tackle a fish supper, but I was different from what you would look for in a centre back.
Ferdinand, though.
Well, Ferdinand's a fantastic player, but he's definitely a better defender than I was.
Yeah?
Yeah. He probably wouldn't be as good in the ball, and he probably wouldn't be as good at reading it as I was, but he's definitely better defender than I was.